America after World War I wasn't done changing. Now African Americans and women had to fight for their rights, and the war showed how important these rights were.
Europe was destroyed after the war. President Woodrow laid out 14 points that there may be peace in the world. He wanted to create an association of nations. The war officially ended with the publication of the Treaty of Versailles. Also, the League of Nations has been created. But America did not join it. Americans preferred to stay separate from other countries. Wilson's effort on touring the country and promoting the League failed.
President Wilson described his 14 points in a speech. The speech had place before the World War I and was directed to conquest. He thought that they can bring peace to the world after the war. For example, the second point said about the freedom of seas. The fourth point was telling about armament eradication. Some points contained information about what will happen to some countries after the women fought for their suffrage and tried to vote. Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton were two of the most popular women who fought for those rights, but unfortunately, they died before these rights were won.
After World War I, inventions allowed building higher skyscrapers so that people could live more comfortably. It was the first time when more people lived in cities than in villages. Also, the country was getting more developed with inventions like air conditioning and elevators. Now the streets of big cities were full of people. With life changes, American citizens created the modern age.
The day of August 26, 1920 was probably one of the most important days for women in America. This day, women finally won the right to vote by the ratification of the 19th Amendment of the Constitution. President Wilson supported. He explained himself by saying that America owes a debt to women. Workers were stuck together and were forming small groups called unions. They were doing this because they weren't treated correctly by their employees. For example, workers were not paid enough. When they were together, they could go on a strike or refuse to work.